Very good morning. Welcome. It's Jeff Laughton online at about 10:30 on Tuesday the 6th of May. Now I wasn't going to do a video today because racing looks so bad with one meeting at Wolverhampton this evening, but it's been a lot busier than I expected. Now one of my favourite meetings of the year starts tomorrow. That's the 3-day Chester May meeting. It's the only meeting I ever go to at that track. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful course to go to, but from a betting point of view, it's horrendous, with so many hard luck stories and the draw playing such a massive part. Over the sprint track, if you don't have an inside draw, you may as well stay at home, and a lot of them usually do. You notice tomorrow when all the non-runners come through, see how many of them will have had outside draws. Probably at least 95%, I would guess. And then you'll see the same horses pop up at another track in a couple of days. Now, I genuinely believe that if you're a non-runner for whatever reason, you should not be allowed to run for 10 days. Far too many trainers exploit the self-certification rule. That came in a few years ago where they don't have to get a vet certificate to pull out. In fact, it became so bad at one point that a couple of trainers were prohibited from actually being able to self-certificate. Look, I've been an owner for probably more than 25 years, and I know the legitimate strokes people pull to get horses' handicap marks down. None more so than Sir Mark Prescott, who campaigns his 2-year-olds over the wrong trip to achieve a woeful handicap mark as a 3-year-old, and then they'll run 3, 4, 5 races on the spin. So it is doable without cheating. But I do believe that if you take a horse out at a track where there's a huge draw bias, then you shouldn't be allowed to run for 10 days. It would stop all that in a week. Right, before we start, please hit the subscribe button. Today's a typical reason why, because I said I wasn't putting a video up today because of the quality of the racing. So all the people who listened in yesterday assume there's no video. But anyone who's subscribed, and it is free, will receive a notification from YouTube to tell them there is a video after all. So just to save you time looking and scrolling, please hit that button below. And I've had lots of emails about my private service. We're currently 22 points in profit in the first 3 days of this week. Now, what does 22 points mean, some people ask? Well, a point equates to whatever stake you play at. So if you play at £20 per point, i.e. £60 on a maximum, my bets are graded 1 to 3 points. So if I put a maximum bet up and you decide to play at £60, you're playing at £20 a point. Now that means you're £440 in profit in the first 3 days this week. If you do £10 a point, then you're £220 in profit this week. So that's just to explain how a point system works. Now, if you're new to the channel, you're more than welcome. My name is Jeff Laughton. I've been a professional punter for over 30 years, and this is not a tipping channel. It's more an educational channel where hopefully I can teach you a little bit more how to beat the bookies. So let's look at racing today. I'm only going to concentrate on Wolverhampton. In the 7 o'clock, I was very taken with the way that Callisto Dream won on debut at Carlisle back in September. She went off 11 to 4 favourite that day and looked held between the 1 furlong and the 2 furlong and the 1 furlong marker, but she found another leg to storm clear, looking like this extra distance would suit her. I know they really like Brian Meehan's Mahogany Bay, who finished a decent third behind 2 subsequent winners at the Craven meeting, and she gets £5 from Callisto Dream, but I did really like the way Callisto Dream went about her business, and that would be my preference there. In the 7:30, Yellow Card was a big eye-catcher last time when ridden by a £5 girl claimer. She sat out the back but made very good headway down the straight before running into the back of the leaders. She did manage to get through somewhat and she did finish second, but she should have won. Now, or he should have won, I should say. He's gone up £1 for that run, but had he got it through earlier and won, then he would have gone up £4 or £5. So he actually looks well handicapped today. He also goes up 1.5 furlongs in trip, and that should be a plus. And he now also has a professional jockey taking over. In the 8 o'clock, Take the Boat has now won 3 out of the last 4 races, and he's definitely on an upward curve. But at a price which was 6-1 this morning, I like the look of Carl Burke's Dream Illusion. Now, she caught the eye on handicap debut 4 weeks ago, and the handicapper dropped her £2 for that. But with stable apprentice Jack Nicholls taking over and claiming £7, she is in effect £9 better off today, and at the price, I'll be honest, I did have to have a little nibble at it. Now, I'm going to leave that today. Obviously, Chester starts tomorrow. It's going to be quite busy, so I will try and get the message up. I am planning to go at this stage, so I will try and get the message up for you. But make sure you hit the subscribe button, then you'll know when it's up, because it may be up early tomorrow if I'm shooting off. And if you are interested in the private service, drop me an email at the address below, jefflaughtonmanagement@gmail.com. And many thanks for dropping by. Thank you.